So one thing that I asked you to go into, and I will speak a bit more to what we started last time, the marriage between freedom and intimacy, which is when you watch children, how children expand their territory through curiosity, and then they come back and find safety. They go out to the world, they come back and find safety. And through coming back, we ground our fear in the energy field of our parents. We feel a safe place. We feel, wow, I can, through curiosity, explore my world, and then I come back and I feel safe. And then I relax my whole body into the intimacy with my parents. So I don't need to manage my own fear, but I can feel it, bring it back down, ground myself, and then I go out again to the world. So that's a healthy way how a human system learns that fear can be relaxed and grounded again. And once the body finds its natural balance between activation and relaxation, we go out again. So once we learn that, then we wire ourselves as life being a safe place. And when we go out, we can also go out and we will not be all the time called back from exploring, because our natural curiosity wants to expand the territory. So like this, we learn that a safe place in me is a place from which I can expand into the world. I can be curious, I can be courageous, I can go on new missions or investigate new things, and then come back to myself. But what this also means is that my body and my nervous system learns to be active and relaxed, and active and relaxed. And there's a natural function to be really active, to have a lot of energy for something, but also to come back and relax the system. But for people who wanted to come back and there was nobody to receive them, or the person who didn't receive them appropriately, so the coming back to the parents was blocked or was not possible, so the fear needed to be held in the own system without relaxation. So the system has a much harder time of a child to relax itself and find safety again, because at the beginning I believe we need the safety of our parents to get this sensation wired. And so some of us might live in a steady stress. And one reason, beside the trauma that I want to speak later to more, is that the basic relaxation doesn't work fully. So it's like when you put a car on neutral and the RPMs are higher than they should be in the neutral state. But for us, this feels like a natural state by the time. This is how relaxation feels. But for many people, how they feel when they say they are relaxed is not their natural relaxed state. There is already a basic stress there all the time. And so the ability to handle stress of life is getting smaller. The range is getting smaller. And of course, that's also something that we see in meditation, because in meditation, the basic stress level that is already in the body might turn my mind on, might turn my emotions on, might turn my whole nervous system on, so that when I sit in meditation, sometimes it's even hard because I have a hard time to relax and go into deeper meditative states. So for some people, the first period of meditative practice is actually to rebalance the basic stress level that is in the system all the time, to come back first to the normal relaxed state. And therefore also many people, I think because our lifestyle in the Western world supports this, they use spirituality as a technique to relax. But basically spirituality has nothing to do, or not so much to do, with relaxation. It's not a relaxation pill. But many people look for relaxation because our postmodern lifestyle is very fast, very stressful, and often is already based on a higher stress level in the body. So therefore we see that how important it is also what we pass on to our children, that this natural function, like when you watch animals. In our center in Germany, there are always peacocks, and then you can see how the small peacock, the baby peacocks are walking with the mother, and you can see this movement very beautifully, how it's getting, they're reaching out further and further until they find their own center. And so for us, in this movement between freedom and intimacy, that's a very strong imprint, I believe, for us, and how we feel our life base, basically, maybe for the rest of our life. And so that's a very important part in the shadow work to explore. And now, what I introduced also again, I didn't introduce it, but what I came back to again is that I believe a very powerful aspect of shadow work is that with my energy field, which means with my groundedness, my awareness of my legs, my pelvis, my upper body, my head, whatever, all the regions of my body actually have eyes that look at you, and your body has eyes that look at me. So even when we sit like that, even if it seems like a whole virtual world is in between us, thousands of miles, a computer system, we still, when we talk to each other on the phone and when we hear each other through Skype, there is a transmission of that body awareness all the time. Of course, it's stronger when we are in the same room because we are more used to communicating like and to relate like that. But actually, this relation is basically the same throughout the whole universe, basically, because it's not bound to space and time like my physical body is. And so when we talk to each other or when we feel each other in the initial meditation, basically we can tune in with each other's bodies and we can have a feeling of each other's energy field, even if we don't see each other. And I know for some of us here on the line that's a known, but maybe for some of us that's also new, that I can truly relate to you through my body, and of course when you're in the room, but also when you're maybe thousands of miles away. And if I use this function or this ability, then, and that's of course important for everybody who works with people like therapists, healers, coaches, teachers, and so on, that my energy field can become a catalyst for in feeling you and vice versa. So by feeling each other deeply through our energy fields, we can help each other to become aware of the parts that we are not aware anymore. So if I sense you and your base, and maybe the fear in your base that is set unconscious, so that life, the functioning of life is kept, and that we can simply do our daily business. But basically, some people are very, very afraid in their base, and in order to function, they just turn this fear off or turn it off very often. But what stays is an ungroundedness maybe, or a fear that arises periodically throughout relationship, throughout work, existence, whatever. But it comes up in waves and then it disappears. But that it's there all the time often is forgotten. And so when we talk to each other, sometimes we get the sensation, wow, this person has a lot of fear in their base. It's holding a lot, he or she is holding a lot of fear. And so when I sense you or you sense me in that fear, my energy field and your energy field start to vibrate with each other. And so therefore, I I really like when we learn that our whole body awareness is a competency that is good for our own clarity, but it's also a service to our surrounding, because we can pick up a lot of information, and more that we can actually be a growing awareness around us of healing and integration through our energy field, I believe.